Extreme Anime Radio. Welcome to the Extreme Anime Radio Podcast Halloween Edition, Wednesday, October the 25th, 2023. And as you can see from our setup tonight, if you're watching us live or if you're watching the replay on Twitch or YouTube, we're decked out in our Halloween best, muted colors or pretty much non-existent colors tonight. I'm JR, and he is Nef Canuck. Hello, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Welcome to you. How are things up in the Nef Cave?
Very warm, oddly enough.
Uh-huh.
By warm, I'm talking 68 degrees outside, Fahrenheit.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's a nice... it was about warm over here, too, today.
Except there's a small problem.
Uh-huh.
My winter tires went on today. Oops.
By chance, I guess is when you had your appointment, huh?
Exactly. I made this appointment 2 weeks ago because I knew you're getting close. You don't want to wait, right? Because, of course, you wait and, sorry, we don't have anything till middle of November. And that's the last thing you want.
Oh, boy.
Especially this neck of woods.
I am just going to set your limiter up here a little bit. Just to make sure in the chat we can hear Nef okay.
I can put the mic closer to my mouth.
No. We tried that yesterday.
Okay, no, because I mean, I've had to reboot the machine now several times, including once just before the show started, because for some bizarre reason, my camera software said, there's another app using the camera. Except there wasn't.
Oh, boy.
So as I said, I figured my camera was haunted.
So is my software, because apparently I forgot to tell that we had a podcast tonight. It should be fixed now.
Oh, dear.
So Nef is a bit softer volume than JR. Okay, I do have some filters activated on my microphone, so that could be why there is a little bit of a difference. But I think we'll just roll with the punches, considering we spent some time knocking the gremlins out of Nef's PC, and then Nef sort of matching the little appearance here for tonight.
Yeah, I figured it would make no sense for me to show up alive when poor JR shows up dead.
Oh.
Well, I'm sorry. You look like you're just at a mortician's convention, okay?
Oh, jeez. Well, it's just a matter of changing the saturation and the white balance on my camera to make the colors drop all the way down.
You see, your real life job, you understand that perfectly. My real life job, I hear that and I go, speak English, please, because you ain't right now.
Well, that'll be for another stream, Television 101, if you wish.
Well, let me put it this way. We would tune in for that, right?
Yes.
Sorry, puns are my life.
Yeah.
Or my death.
So it is the most amount of time we have before Halloween, 6 days, and that's the way the dates match up this year. So we thank you, and we have all these emotes just dancing all around the chat here. If you want to join our chat, if you're watching or listening to us, remember, we do these podcasts every so often live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Extreme Anime Radio. If you'd like to take us out on the road, wherever you go, we're on Spotify podcast and anchor.fm/anime radio. Welcome to everybody tonight. We have a nice big crowd here tonight.
Oh, all the boys and ghouls are around, I see.
Yes. And we're going to have a special appearance towards the end of our podcast by a certain individual who shall not be named.
Please don't. The closet door's been rattling all day.
And then after that, we're going to do What the Dub, which apparently we haven't played in several months. There's been a major upgrade to What the Dub, and you can now download DLC from Steam from the game.
I wonder if it's in categories, because that could get real interesting.
Oh, I think they're sorted by topic.
That's even better.
Yes. So these are supposed to be vetted before they're published and whatnot. So we'll keep that in mind as we play. We'll be joined by some people who were joining us for Jackbox on Monday and Flight Sim on Tuesday. And I think Flax will be joining us for What the Dub tonight as well. So a lot to look forward to. And yes, we had I had a little bit of a nirvana when it comes to streaming Flight Simulator. I just discovered this yesterday. And Nef, I think you and probably Liz as well have been telling me a while back about the prospect of using two PCs. So my main computer can just go chugging along on Flight Simulator.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. You said you had a nirvana. Does that mean you're Kurt Cobain?
Oh.
Well, considering, the time of year and poor Mr. Cobain's current state.
Oh, no. Oh, man, that's no bueno, sir.
Well, I mean, I think you meant an epiphany.
Okay.
What you actually meant.
That's what I meant. Okay, thank you. An epiphany. So, hopefully in the coming days, this week's going to be a mess, or I was going to say murder with regards to my job. This is the Halloween show.
If your job is murder, you're a hitman.
Wow. Rolling tonight, aren't we?
As I said, puns are my life, my death.
But no, busy at work these next few days, but maybe next week or the week after if I have some time to put everything together. Yes, I've been able to figure out how to use my Elgato streaming card. You know, that card I hooked up to my Nintendo Switch, and instead hook it up to my laptop and output the same output of this computer onto the laptop, into the streaming software on the laptop. And now we have this graphics card chugging along with Flight Simulator, the laptop graphics card, which is also discrete, chugging away with OBS, and I think all is good and right with the world at that point.
Well, I'm glad you understood what you just said, because I barely did.
No, we've had issues trying to do Flight Simulator and the streaming software on this computer together, because the Flight Simulator program has evolved so much in the last few months. New planes, new sceneries, and graphics upgrades, to the point where if you overload the graphics card, it's going to outright crash.
It's a living, breathing thing.
Yeah.
More like a swamp thing, because it takes down your computer.
So we've had to resort to other thoughts, because my CPU, I think, can work just fine according to the measures I've seen in the development mode in the game. It's just the graphics card. So the only two ways around it: A, get one of those 4000 series graphics cards from NVIDIA that have 12 gigabytes of video RAM, or what I discovered the other day, and thanks to your input from earlier, and Liz, is to put my laptop and bring it into circulation here for these purposes.
Well, that's probably cheaper than, a 4000 series graphics card, although, allegedly, one of NVIDIA's partners has created a 4000 series graphics card that not only occupies one slot in your PC, which is very rare. It only needs one 8-pin graphics connector.
Interesting.
The problem is that NVIDIA may not let them make this card, because they control, what you can actually do with their hardware, etc. So it's like, apparently NVIDIA doesn't want something that's actually better than what they can produce.
Yeah.
Because if you give most people a single slot 4000 series card that only needs one 8-pin adapter, you'll sell out of it yesterday.
Oh, of course. That'll run off like hotcakes, right?
Well, yeah, as opposed to the, for example, 4090 that needs two 8-pin connectors and runs hot enough to make pancakes.
No, that hotcake remark reminds me of yesterday. We went out with my folks to the garden store out on the island, which renovated, decorated their store for Halloween, and they have a nice little Halloween walkthrough story that people can watch and donate to the local food bank. They used to have a little bakery type store, which closed after COVID, and my folks thought, well, we see a picture on their website. It's open again. We got to check it out. We go there. It's not there. Apparently, what they saw was an old page on the website for something that no longer exists.
Somebody didn't clean up their cache.
No. So we end up going to the IHOP about 5 minutes down the road, and we haven't been there in a while. Had a nice stack of pancakes there, so...
I was wondering where the link was. I mean, it was a missing link, almost literally. It's like, now I understand.
Yeah, well, the missing link was the sausage links I had with the order and the eggs over hard.
Well, no, if you didn't, missing links would mean you didn't get the sausage links that you ordered.
I'm trying to tie into the story here.
Well, you're trying very hard.
Eggs over hard. Thank you. So yeah, that was my day, and yes, it's been quite an interesting last few days doing other stuff here and also figuring stuff out with the flight sim. We flew in Discord last night because it seems that the computer has no problems when I stream to Discord. So thanks to the gang who joined me, including you, Nef, and also thanks to Kyle that they joined in as well. Hopefully, like I said, in the coming weeks, we can do the mascot planes. We can draw a larger audience into Discord, maybe into YouTube. And also, the possibility exists that we could also do longer flights. How about some longer flights in the game?
That sounds plain crazy.
That sound plain crazy, because what would we do to pass the time? We can't do Nintendo Switch because I hooked up the Elgato to the laptop instead of the Switch. So unless I want to invest in a new Elgato... Should we start a campaign for a new Elgato card?
Oh, dear.
I saw actually some news from Elgato that they're coming out with an 8K capture card. Would you want an 8K capture card, Nef?
I still haven't gotten a 4K TV. Never mind an 8K capture card.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there are people out there who might want to push the limits of their games. There must be, if there's an 8K capture card, does that mean there are games there that can play in 8K?
Oh, yes, there are. I mean, the higher end 4000 series cards can actually produce 8K as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, first of all, you need the hardware, including the cables, which are very expensive because, of course, 8K. Time to separate a fool from their money. Yikes.
So, yes, I'm looking at new TVs. That's one of my priorities, I think I mentioned before, because my TV and my whole electronic setup is still chugging along, but it's 15 years old.
Yeah, it's The Walking Dead, in other words.
Yes, so... It took me a half a second.
Literally, I could do this all night before he buries me.
Yeah, oh, geez. We should just come up with a list here. So, yes, if I get a new TV, which I can get at a reasonable price, then I'm going to have to get a new receiver, because the receiver can't do 4K. It's 15 years old, and it was like 15 years ago, what's 4K?
4K, that's about 1/6 of a 24 karat gold.
Yes.
I can even math and make puns. This is bad, folks. This is really bad.
And Flax says, don't get an LG. Oh, I shouldn't get an LG. Very interesting, because that LG was the kind of the brand I was looking at, along with Samsung and possibly Sony as well. The one I have now is a Sony.
I'll say this for LG. They did have a reputation years ago, decades ago. I mean, they used to be known as Gold Star.
Mmm.
And Gold Star basically was crap. So LG is nicer looking crap, but you got to be careful.
Hmm.
Now, to be fair, I mean, consumer electronics these days, it either works forever or it dies within a week. There just doesn't seem to be any sort of in between anymore.
Right.
I mean, random electronic glitch, for example, I had to bring in my car today when I got the snow tires on, but I also had to get them to fix, and this is the weirdest glitch I've ever seen. The driver's window, the express up wouldn't work anymore.
Oh.
And if you held the button to bring it all the way up and you didn't let go, it bounced right back.
Hmm.
So,
My window had something similar to that, would just kind of have a mind of its own before.
yeah, I mean, I tried to reprogram it as per the instruction manual myself before I brought it in. No dice. They did say a sensor was malfunctioning and they reset it. So let's see what happens. It did work tonight. We'll see.
This had that issue too. Interesting.
Yeah, the problem is with everything with, I mean, it's the safety sensor, right? That's the problem.
Right,
The safety sensor
exactly.
goes, well, again, I would rather it go the way it does as opposed to, okay, you pull it up and something's in the way and it happens to be your head and it doesn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a literal pain in the glass.
um. So yes, speaking about pain, if you're a fan of the Astros or the Phillies, you're not in a good mood, because this is going to be quite the interesting World Series coming up between Texas, aka Dallas, and Arizona, aka Phoenix.
Well, I'll say this. All of the baseball executives are literally getting ready to, like, slit their own throats, because this is like a West Coast World Series, which is the absolute worst thing for television,
Yeah.
especially when one of the markets is Arizona, where major sports teams go to die. See the Arizona Coyotes, The Walking Dead.
Hey, the Diamondbacks got this, like their second pennant, right?
Yeah, this is their second pennant and their second shot at a World Series. Did they win the first one in 2001? I cannot remember.
Steve, they did? Didn't they beat the Yankees? No, it wasn't in.
Hold on. Now I'm going, wait a minute, I should know this. But again, the problem is when it's Arizona, it's so forgetful. I mean, the only good thing to come out of Arizona was Austin Matthews. He of the Toronto Maple Leafs, of course.
Yeah, it was 2001, and 4-3. The Diamondbacks beat the Yankees.
Well, if they beat the Evil Empire, they can't be all bad.
Yeah. So yes, the very interesting World Series, and Mattress Mac once again losing millions in bets on his Astros.
Well, apparently, what's his name again? That loudmouth sports personality.
Pat McAfee?
No.
Oh.
Christopher Russo.
Oh, Mad Dog.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. No, was it him? No, one of them apparently said, "I will retire if Arizona gets to the World Series." Oops, they did.
It actually happened?
Well, apparently he got out of it with help from one of his friends at Sirius XM Radio, Howard Stern.
Oh.
So, like I said, now it's going to bug me who that was, because it was like, I know that guy's face, and it's like every time I hear him talk, it's just like I just want to stop listening and start, stuffing my.
It could be Mad Dog, because he's kind of pretty influential on Sirius XM.
Let's see now. Let's see.
Chris Russo. It is Russo.
Okay, it was Mad Dog. See, the problem is I can never, put the two names together.
Uh-huh.
Christopher Russo and Mad Dog, because I've seen Christopher Russo. He looks about as much Mad Dog as I do.
Yeah.
He does. No. I mean, this is a guy who basically you'd bump into at the deli and go, sorry, and you'd both go on your way.
Mm-hmm.
It's only when he gets behind a mic that basically his mouth, roars.
Mm-hmm. Russo's been a staple around here in New York for the longest time before he went national. So I've been hearing jokes about the pairing and Fox broadcasting the World Series. Now, I believe the first game is Friday, right? Is that correct?
That's right. We have a World Series starting in November.
Yeah, November? No. Well, continuing into November.
I just realized, I'm like, wait a minute.
No.
Well, I'm still blown away by that. I'm like, baseball in November.
Yeah.
The only reason it's going to be able to be possible is because it's two West Coast teams.
Right.
Because imagine, if you will, in a really alternate universe, the Yankees making the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
New York, October into November.
Yes. I know this the hard way, folks. But no,
that's why we have a dome up here.
Well, the statement I was making is some people just ribbing on this matchup. Because Fox is airing the World Series on Friday, that means WWE SmackDown is demoted to FS1, and there are people out there saying they should just flip the networks.
Considering the numbers are likely to get for this World Series, I would probably tend to agree.
So I just found that interesting when it came up.
I mean, it's the same thing. Like, okay, yesterday for you hockey fans, of which I am one, was the Frozen Frenzy. 32 teams, every team playing.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight, one matchup.
That's it?
That's it. Now, there was one matchup, to be fair, on Monday. So literally you went from famine, feast, famine. Okay. I mean, that's a way to promote the game. Now, the other charming thing, and I realized later why, was the whole whip around show that ESPN did was not available in Canada. Reason being, and I'm going to talk about, regional rights for sports. See, the problem is Tuesday nights, there are several different providers of hockey entertainment on that night. So the problem is the main licensor couldn't do a wraparound show, a whip around show, because half of their product is on the competition and they hate each other's guts. I mean, when I say hate each other's guts, there is literally a book about the last time the Canadian rights went up for grabs called Hockey Fight in Canada.
Oh, gee.
If you want to read about backroom, boardroom, drag them out, knuckle dusting, that is the book for you.
Okay.
Over hockey rights.
I
mean, I was going to say, the irony is going to be that the next time the rights come up, there's no way they're getting that same amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
No way. Because they got $5.2 billion with a B US dollars for, I think, 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
And Rogers, the winner, has been losing their shirt on this deal almost every year.
Well, that'd be something I'd be interested in. I like reading books about and things about, the background stories behind companies and contracts and whatnot. Like I was saying the other day on the Flight Sim stream, I read how Southwest Airlines came into fruition as part of my college course in aviation administration. So yeah, you'll have to send that my way, huh?
I think I have an idea for your birthday now.
Oh. But let's see what else is going on. I had a thought in my head and it escaped me just like a ghost.
Oh dear, when your thoughts are escaping through your brain?
Oh yes, now I remember. The reason why, this is going to be a busy next few days, not just for me, because of work stuff, but also for you, because tomorrow night, Captain Jack Sparrow and friends invade Buffalo, New York.
Oh, they are coming to. I couldn't remember if they were coming to Highmark or we were going down there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me put it this way: after their performance on Sunday, I have a horrible sinking feeling, and it's not just the fact it's the Buccaneers coming to town.
Oh, really?
Ugh. I mean, let's put it this way: right now, the Buffalo Bills defense consists of 3 players I know. The rest of them, I wouldn't know them if they slapped me in the face. Like, literally, like, who are you?
Yeah.
And the problem is the Bills' defense is basically their strength, or was.
Right.
Because right now, the poster boy, or the Madden boy, Josh Allen, yikes, he's scary right now. Throwing to nobody, running around in circles like like his head's been cut off, like the Headless Horseman.
There's the Headless Horseman remark.
Well, we have to get ahead in life, don't we?
Oh.
I keep saying, you keep giving me those softballs, I'm going to send them over the wall.
Ay. How about Spy Family? Let's make some Halloween jokes about that. Why don't you? We have a brand new season of Spy X Family that just started earlier this month. Bri and I have seen the first 3 episodes. According to my information, it's just going to be 12 episodes this time around.
I'm not surprised. I think the days of really, really long series, unless it's a very, very, very big and popular manga, are pretty much done.
Yeah, well, this is the series that was popular last year.
Yes, but the problem is it doesn't have the material behind it and the fandom. Like, there's fandom.
Right.
I never say that. But you take the fandom of Spy X Family, put them next to the fandom for, say, One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
That would be like taking Switzerland and putting them beside Canada. No.
Yeah.
So, although there will be some surprises, I'm sure, I'll quickly mention a manga that is perfect for this time of year, or at least for me, because I don't go really creepy. I found out that Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun finally is getting an English translation.
Okay.
And I say finally because the French translation's been out for at least 2 years. And I couldn't figure that out. I'm going, how did it work the rights-wise that the French version got done first?
Interesting.
And then it was the surprise about the price of the manga. Because it seems to me that Amazon and Apple are in a bit of a war about the pricing.
Yeah.
Because it's not quite the 30% Apple tax. If it was, I could understand it. But for some volumes now, Apple is saying like $15 Canadian. And I'm just going, excuse you, for electrons? Physical copy, sure, I can see that. But this is electrons here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the same.
Interesting. Oh. But no, that is kind of a big difference. I wonder where the monkey wrench got thrown in.
I don't know. All I know is, for example, like I said, in that one case, I think Iruma-kun on the App Store was, I'm not sure if that was the $15 one, but it was higher by a substantial margin as opposed to the Amazon, which was under $10 Canadian. Which anything like $10 is usually I'll buy it instantly. Anything over $10, I got to think about it just a titch because I'm only buying electrons and the license to read the book, which potentially they could pull away, just like a hand. Just
no. Going back to Spy X Family, we mentioned on the flight yesterday, if you will. One of your favorite, or most, if not favorite, most notable scenes from the manga portraying its way into the first episode of the second season with Yor's injury.
Yeah, especially where she's injured.
Yes.
Because where she's injured and how she reacts, I can sympathize, honestly.
Yeah, that's the
I
that.
think I'd be making that kind of a face too.
Yeah, they spent. You know how a lot of the Spy X Family episodes are split into 2 or 3 different stories. So this one took up the whole 22 minutes ish.
Well, I mean, it's like, okay, she goes out, she does the job, she has the injury,
Hmm.
and then has to try and hide the injury.
Yeah.
And then near the end, she finds out a way to, deal with the injury altogether.
Yeah.
Not a way you'd recommend, but it was a way.
Oh yeah. So nice little fugu slices right there.
Mm-hmm.
We're just it's a little bit of a spoiler content if you haven't or if you're not aware of the manga or the anime, just keep that in mind. But yes, we reintroduce ourselves to all the characters: Lloyd, Anya, Yor, and Yuri, and Bond, of course.
Yes, and as I said on the other stream, it was like Bond. I understand why they named the dog that,
Hmm.
but as an aficionado of the character upon whom Bond is just lovingly named,
Hmm.
it's a little rough. Let's put it that way.
Oh, a non-Halloween pun.
Oh, you mean I'm barking up the wrong tree?
Ah. Oh boy.
What can I say, folks? I'm on a roll tonight.
Yeah,
I should have
yeah,
been on a Kaiser, but okay, fine.
yeah. Well, we're gonna be geez. Took me 2 seconds on that one too. All right, so let's time out. A little bit of an extra spoiler. I also catching up a little bit slowly but surely on Rurouni Kenshin, and in Kenshin, we're up to the point where somebody kidnaps Karu.
Oh dear.
What
There are
was?
things you don't do in life.
Yes.
Capturing Kaoru is probably one of them. If not for the fact that Kenshin's gonna beat your butt, Kaoru will beat your butt too as soon as she gets loose.
Yeah, but
She is not a shrinking violet in the least.
no, no. But I'm trying to remember if this came up in the original series too, because the original series is almost as old as us ish. Well, not quite, but close enough, I feel.
Not quite that old, but old enough that I'm trying to remember and I'm going, maybe, but I couldn't tell you for sure right now.
Right, right. Let's see here. We're gonna get set here in a few moments for the fool to come out of the closet. We're just waiting for a few special guests to join us, and hopefully they'll be doing so in just a moment.
Oh dear, there'll be guests.
Yes.
In his case, he might think they're dinner guests.
Oh. Well, so we're gonna hang on for a moment to make sure that they arrive, and then we'll go ahead and cast summon, if you will.
Oh dear. Now I just have to remember where I put that garlic. Not to eat, mind you.
All right.
Although if I did that, maybe I'd be safer.
Hang on
You
a
know?
sec. I think you froze up real quick. Oh, that's maybe that's a premonition.
Well, funny you should mention that because I just got a promo from my ISP now that they have, lit the fiber in the building.
Uh-huh.
And I'm very tempted
Oh.
because allegedly the offer says, and I'm trying to figure out if there's some weasel words in there, more than there usually are, $75 Canadian a month for up to 3 gigabits.
Okay.
Up and down.
Oh.
Good
Good
fiber,
deal or
right?
bad? Yeah.
Well, as far as I can tell, it's a very good deal. But I'm going, well, first of all, there is at least one catch.
Mm-hmm.
They only guarantee the amount of the discount, which they say is $65 over the regular price.
Uh-huh.
The problem is it does not mean that they can't raise the price of the package.
Of course.
And the problem is, from their tactics in the past, they have done such things as every 6 months tacked on another $5 a month. So I'm like, okay, if they did that, potentially it would mean my price would go up by the end of the second year to $95 a month for 3 gigs,
Mm-hmm.
which is not horrible. And some people will say, why do you need 3 gigs? Well, first of all, because I stream multiple sports at the same time, 50 megabits isn't cutting it anymore.
Yeah.
And that's only 1080, that's only 1080p.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to do, like, for example, 4K eventually,
Right.
that ain't going to cut it. Like 4K is basically 50 megabits right there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
Now, in your case, I think it's going to be a good deal.
well, yeah, I'm just also trying to figure out, because I'm going, I saw where they installed the connector,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going, I would hate to be the tech who has to walk through where the tech installed the thing
Mm-hmm.
to actually put the thing on, and I'm just going, I might have to pay the extra pay to this poor guy, whoever shows up.
You got to worry about the pricing for that. I get to worry about. I'm probably going to reshuffle my credit cards in the coming weeks and months to see where I can get a better deal, where I can get some more points to further the ideas of where you were looking at this like this.
Well, no, I'm thinking about this. I'm going, what you're talking about is what they call credit card churn, and that's something I've never quite. I mean, I don't do that. I've never done that. Now,
Right.
I have on occasion been tempted to call, my credit card company and go, I'm paying you, an annual fee.
Mm-hmm.
And what am I actually getting for that fee?
Right.
Especially because the credit card is tied to my bank.
Mm.
I do all my business with this bank.
Right.
And while I'm not, in the upper crust of the upper crust,
Mm-hmm.
I at least have enough that it's like, come on,
Right.
keep, sucking blood out of me, and there's not much more blood to give.
I have
Especially
a few.
with, you know who in the closet.
Yeah. And then we're going to get them out now. But before we do that, we should have our guests in the room now. So we should have a Bri. Hello, Bri.
Hello.
And we should have a Liz. Hello, Liz.
Hello, hello.
Welcome, welcome. I have invited these two as our special guests tonight to speak to the Count.
I hope you haven't, as I said, I hope you haven't invited them as dinner guests. 'Cause I think he's hungry.
Oh boy! So what I'm gonna do here is really quick. We're gonna do the closing commentary before we bring him out. Okay? So let's do this.
If you have any questions, concerns, comments, or complaints about this podcast, or anything you see on our Extreme Mario Twitch streams, drop us a line at extremeanimeradio@gmail.com, or hit us up on social media. To get to our social media links, you go to linktree.com/anime radio, and there you'll find links to our Facebook page, our X account, Instagram, Discord server, our Spotify archive podcast at anchor.fm/anime radio, and our YouTube channel at Extreme Anime Radio.
All right. So we want to get that out of the way before we go to the festivities here. Bri, are you doing all right? Everything good on your end?
Yeah, everything's okay.
Cool. And Liz, you too?
Yeah, everything's going well.
New apartment's coming along nice?
Yeah, it's a process, unpacking and putting stuff away, but we're getting there.
Cool. All right. So they'll be joining us as well for What the Dub in just a few minutes. But Nef, I think the time has come. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up the good old privacy shield. This is the privacy shield that I've come up with. So would you please summon the man in the closet?
Good evening.
Well, good evening to you too. It's been a year, hasn't it?
Indeed, and you might say I'm a little parched.
Yes. How's it been these last 364 days?
Very dark and very lonely.
Mm-hmm.
He never lets me out. He's always afraid I'm going to do something. Well, he's probably right. I mean, a bite to eat. A vampire's got to live, right?
Yes. Those blood
I keep
candies
telling
he
him.
stuck in the closet still working for you?
I wish he'd be positive and let me have some blood. Or is that O negative? It's
Yeah.
anything at this point.
So, we've done a lot of things. We've expanded our Twitch streams, and we're also doing all these game streams, a lot of trivia streams. We're doing What the Dub with Nef in a little while, and our guests. And so we have a lot going on, but we remember those days when you would just come on and infiltrate background noise when we streamed music. Those were some days, weren't it?
Yes, you might say they were the tomb. But before we go on, I must mention this. It's been a rough few months here at the closet because, you know, my friend, he had a little accident and he came home and I wanted to greet him. But when I did, he fainted.
Oh.
I don't know why. I mean, there was only a little blood. Just a little.
Oh. Oh man, that certainly was a fright then, wasn't it?
Well, you could say he got a little worried and passed out, yes.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, I know it's been a little rough for him, but you've taken it all in a stride, I guess, right?
Well, yes. I mean, the thing was, when he wasn't here, it was very easy to have people come in and get a bite or two, maybe three.
Well, Liz and Bri, we have the count out here. I was wondering if you have any questions you'd like to ask.
Yeah, I got a question.
Sure.
Yeah, I was wondering what your favorite blood type is.
Well, I'm such a positive guy. I prefer to be positive. But O negative is fine too. There's a nice flavor to that.
The distinct difference, huh?
It's like wine. There's expensive wine and not expensive wine. Good wine and bad wine.
Mm-hmm.
And the whining when you take their blood without asking.
Let's see. Bri, do you actually, before I get to Bri, Flax had a question in the chat. Did you get insured this year?
Insured against what exactly?
Exactly.
I mean, I'm already undead. I don't need life insurance.
Is there such a thing as death insurance in your neck of the woods?
Now you're making puns about necks. That's my territory.
Bri, any comments here? What do you think?
Is there any preferred temptations that you have?
Preferred temptations. Well, if somebody should happen to, oh, I don't know, stick their neck out into the closet, I might take a bite. Heck, I'd even take an arm if it was stuck into the closet. I'm not that picky.
Have you had a chance to peek out once in a while?
Well, as you know, when my friend was gone, I stuck my neck out every so often. Especially when, you know, there were people coming through and it was like, I thought my friend was coming back, but it wasn't him. I should have known when I took a bite. The flavor just wasn't the same.
I've got a question for you, Count. You might have some more neighbors in your neck of the woods because, well, I came to Canada with Bri a few weeks ago. We couldn't avail your presence, unfortunately, for obvious reasons. But we look around, and I look around especially because I've visited a few times, and all these buildings and apartments are going up all over the place. Aren't you worried about that?
Well, if there's competition for blood, let's just say I'll stake my claim.
All right. Well, what are your plans? We've got 6 days until Thanksgiving. What are your plans?
Well, I happen to know that they've set up a haunted house in the building. I might just go down and rattle some chains.
Oh boy, I've never heard about that. They're actually doing that, huh?
Yes, they've decided that instead of just giving the kitties a little treat bag, they'd give them a trick.
And Karam is making a comment that Thanksgiving is coming early.
Well, in these neck of the woods, Thanksgiving's already come and gone. In your neck of the woods, it comes in a few weeks.
Oh yes, the difference between the borders for sure.
Yes, but I don't quite understand. Because why would you want a frozen turkey for Thanksgiving? Brr,
Oh.
it's hard on the teeth. I have to worry about my fangs.
Any other questions, Bri or Liz, you can come up with before we have to say goodbye to our fellow friend for another year?
Yeah, I was wondering if you had like any hobbies that you like, something like fishing because you can get more bites.
Ooh.
I love this. I like this lady. She has a bite with her personality.
So, what's your answer to that question?
In terms of hobbies, well, let's see. I'm not quite sure. I mean, a little carpentry, because you can always build your own bed. Or in my case, coffin.
Yeah, very interesting. Mr. Count, it's been an honor and a privilege to see you. Well, not see you, but talk to you. Let's put it that way. We want to make things correct here.
Well, of course, vampires and mirrors don't quite mix, so it's a bit of a problem, but you know how it is. Get along, file your fangs and wait till next year.
So, again, it's been an honor and a privilege on behalf of all of us here. We will talk to you maybe in the next year or by next year in another 365 days, unless conditions warrant, of course.
Well, let's just say we'll stake our reputations on it.
Any final comments before you go?
I just wanted to say thank you for letting me out of the closet. It gets rather stuffy in there this time of year. I mean, I don't quite understand. It's October and it's warm. It's weird because I'm normally in a tuxedo and frankly, I'm wearing a lot less than a tuxedo these days.
So, we'll send you back to the closet and we will see you next time and I guess we'll talk to Nef again, okay?
I'll let him know you want him back. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Count. Goodbye. All right, we're going to drop the privacy shield now. Well, that was fun, Nef. You missed the fun there.
Yeah, and there's some maniacal giggling in the closet, and I don't know what you've said or what he said. I don't think I want to know.
We'll have to schedule. Well, we won't be able to do it, but if I was around, we could schedule a one of these Halloween fright flights with the Count, wouldn't we? Yeah, a flight to Sleepy Hollow.
I was going to say a flight to Transylvania. All Bite Airways.
All right, so that was our encounter with the Count for this Halloween. And yes, I guess you needed a drink after that, right?
Sadly, it wasn't with liquor, but I'll take it at this point.
Well, I've got the blue Gatorade that I can break out when we do What the Dub.
Blue Gatorade. Why are you drinking Smurf blood?
Oh.
I mean, you'll give the guy in the closet ideas.
Just one swig. No,
Ray,
can't do
just
that.
one just one swig, and you'll have someone named Gargamel at your door.
Oh boy. Well, Liz and Bri, we appreciate you guys coming on for the end of this podcast to talk to the Count. This was a little bit of fun, wasn't it?
It was a bloody good time.
Hey, I'm sorry, but that's bad. And that's from me.
You should, Bri. We should bring Nef and Liz on a pun show. We should do a pun stream. How about that?
I think it would be punny.
Oh!
I think it would be punishment.
Also that too. Hmm.
Yeah, you should stake your claims that that was what that's what the Count said a few minutes ago, I think.
I'm gonna throw garlic in there and close the door one day. And if he's lucky, it's only garlic, because I might throw in holy water after it too.
Ooh, yeah, I got a whole bottle of it here if you need.
Ooh, send it.
So, all right, folks. We hope you have a wonderful Halloween. Whatever you do, please stay safe. And our schedule is to be determined because, again, a busy next few days. We may not do another stream again until next Wednesday, which would be November the 1st. So we'll keep tabs on that with regards to what we're doing in our Discord as per usual and our usual social media platforms. So
I was gonna say November 1st, the post Candy Coma show.
yes, could be the post Candy Coma stream, depending on what we decide to do. That's going to wrap things up. Again, if you're watching us live, we're going to stick around for What the Dub. Ryosuke Hiro, hello, welcome. You've reached the end of the podcast. You missed a fun hour talking to the Count, which you can go back and watch here when we're done in about an hour's time on Twitch. Because once again, these shows are only on Twitch for 24 hours, and then we can put them on the podcast realm and to YouTube and that sort of thing.
Okay, now I'm gonna ask this question just because I know it's gonna come back to bite me, literally.
Oh,
That will include the bit with the Count. So I'm like, I better make sure I don't play this podcast in polite company. In polite company, I'm probably fine. Polite company, not so much.
well, I think I gave the ample warnings before this happened, so I think you play your cards right, you'll be just fine.
Or if I play my cards wrong, oh boy.
All right, so for Nef and for everybody else in the room, Liz and Bri, who joined us for our little talk, our interview with the vampire, XAR style, if you will. I'm JR. Thanks for watching and listening to the podcast. And remember,
keep on looking up the Extreme Radio Twitch streams, and don't forget to check out archive versions of this podcast at anchor.fm/anime radio. And remember, kiddies, stay safe and let your parents check the candies before you eat them. You never know what might be there.
yeah, true. All right, folks, good night, and we'll see you next time.